Hey, how's it going, everybody, and welcome back again. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to post up first, so if you see all this other stuff laying around in the background here, it's just because I just got done shooting my overview of the Galaxy S9 that I just got in the mail. Along with the Galaxy S9, if you saw that video first, I told you that I also got my DJI. Well, no, this is not a DJI. I keep saying DJI. This is not a DJI product. This is made by a company called Ryze, and this is the Ryze Tello. So the Ryze Tello may just be the best drone under $100. So while it doesn't look like it, I've already had this thing on the box. I've already played with it. In fact, I only put it back in the box to shoot the, I guess, thumbnail for this. But I gotta tell you, I am firmly impressed by the Ryze Tello. I'm just gonna call it Tello because I'll start saying DJI. If you haven't seen it, this thing was released at CES this year, earlier this year, and it was advertised as the DJI Tello because it is for sale on DJI's websites, but you can also go get it from like Amazon or something like that. It actually shipped to me from DJI, and I'm assuming it is a DJI collaboration. And with that, you get a very, very nice little drone here. I'm going to say that this is probably, I'm just going to call it right now until something else comes out. This is probably the best drone you're going to be able to buy for under $100. I don't know if I just previously said that, but it's in my head, so I wanted to say it again. But this is going to be the best drone you can buy for under $100. You know, a lot of guys are out buying, you know, Sparks, and they're buying the Mavics and stuff like that. And you think about it, all the drone restrictions, and you're a new drone, or you just want to get into drones and you're new to the hobby, this thing right here is what I would go out and buy if I didn't have anything else. If I had some experience with drones and I knew I didn't want to get into registration and restrictions and flying and piloting and complications, I would go out, I'm telling you right now, I would go out and buy the I would go out right now and buy the Tello. And the reason for that is because this little tiny thing is packed full of features that are commonly found in more expensive drones. But one of the things that I noticed about this, which was totally impressive, was the fact that this camera is actually a 720p camera, a high definition 720p camera. I've played with a lot of drones from Amazon in the $50, $60, $70 range. Most had FPV capability. Some had FPV capability, some had cameras on them, and the cameras absolutely suck. They tell you high definition. At best, it is 480, maybe 6 something like that, but it is never really 720, but they claim that they're 720 cameras. This drone also has a nice robust feel to it. It feels solid. I mean, you can tell it's got some technology packed into it. It doesn't feel like a hollow toy. In fact, in the instruction manual, it says that this isn't a toy. It says it's actually recommended for someone 14 years of age or older, but it's not, like I said, it's not by any means a light toy feeling like, I don't know, I've had like some Airhawks drones that feel like they're just plasticky toys that, you know, are meant to fly for a couple weeks and then break. A nice solid little battery here. I'm going with that, show you all that on my B cam. Nice battery, nice flight time. I think it's got like 13 minutes. I didn't fly for 13 minutes. I flew for about 7 or 8. I played with it. I did the firmware updates on it. Another cool thing about this drone is you're going to get firmware updates from Ryze or DJI, whoever's doing the firmware updates, to increase the capability of this drone possibly. So let's just put this thing together and get it up in the air. I like some of the features. I can't actually fly it outside right now, which I'll do another video with me flying it outside to see if it can resist, you know, a decent amount of winds. So right now it's like gale force winds outside, and I don't want to take it outside and get it blown around. Let's get into what this drone isn't. This drone is not a GPS stabilized drone. It is gyroscopically stabilized. It looks like it has 2 IR sensors and an optical sensor on the bottom there, and that's probably the DJI software, the hardware that we're talking about, which is going to keep this stable indoors. I did take it off indoors and it held rock solid. Well, not rock solid, but enough where it is very much stabilized. It doesn't float away or drift. It is not locked or held into place by any satellites though. So outdoors, I would be cautious about flying this outdoors because if it gets away from you or starts to fly away, it ain't coming back. There is no return to home on it. It's got the FPV capability if you use the Bluetooth controller. They say that you can use, I can't remember the brand, but you can use a Bluetooth controller to control this and put your phone into a pair of FPV goggles and fly around Bluetooth via FPV. But what you have to understand is I think the limit that it said in this book is it shouldn't fly that's more than 30 feet away. Actually, it said it shouldn't fly more than 30 feet high. I think 30 feet high is where it's actually able to keep it stable, but I'm not sure what the actual distance is away from you. I've never really flown that far using a cell phone, so I'm not sure, but we will test that out when I get a chance to get outside and fly it. Another thing this drone is not is it is not a brushless drone. So if you can see here, there you go. So it is a brushed motor drone, and I'm assuming at some point in time those brush motors are going to burn out, and you're probably going to be able to buy replacements for them. I'm not sure how easy it would be to replace them. It looks like they are kind of like slid in or clamped in. If you've had like a tiny whip or something like that, they should be easy to replace. I do like the fact that it comes with these nice robust prop guards here. I actually flew it around in my living room and bumped it into the wall to see how it would respond, and it responded very, very well. So those are the things that the DJI, I keep saying DJI, so those are the things that the Tello is not. It's not a brushless drone, it is not a GPS stabilized drone, and it is not a racing drone. It can be used FPV, but it's not a racing drone. So what is the Tello? So the Tello is an inexpensive drone. I want to say inexpensive when you're looking for a drone of this quality. For $99, I think you can't beat it. When you add in the cost of a Bluetooth controller, I believe that was another $20, and a battery, you might be looking at close to $150. But still, even for $150, I think you're going to be hard pressed to find a drone with this quality camera and these features and abilities. It is something that if you are getting into drones and you are new and you don't want to have to deal with the restrictions and registration, this is not a drone that you have to register. And the actual software that comes built into this drone right now, or the software package, has some basic features that most people buy drones for. It's able to do a droney, it's able to do an orbit, and it also has the ability to do programming through a software called Scratch, which I'm actually going to download and see how easy it is or what type of programming you can do. So I think this is a drone for somebody who is either a novice that just wants to try out something that's got I guess a higher quality or a higher technological or autonomy, but it's not something that, you know, it's all out, throw all your money down the drain, go out and buy a DJI Phantom or Mavic and then not either want to fly it or be able to fly it because of the restrictions. I think that it is more than capable of being your family travel drone or your family travel camera, where you can take it up and get it up in the air about 30 feet away from you or 30 feet high. You're gonna have to keep it at a certain level because the camera does not have a gimbal to pitch or tilt it, so you're gonna have to get it to the point where you can actually see. I don't even know how wide that angle is, but you're gonna have to be able to get to the point where you can see everything and frame it and take the shot. But it actually takes some very nice shots. So let's power this thing up. Okay, so I am in, and right now it is showing me that there is probably some kind of instruction that's telling you how to operate this. So I can get that back in the camera, get that in the frame. It's giving me a little brief instruction on how to operate it. You know, if you've flown any drone with your phone before, one thing it doesn't have is accelerometer. At least I haven't seen it. Doesn't have an accelerometer flying ability, so I can't tilt or pitch the phone in order to control the drone. You're actually using with the on-screen gimbals here. I'm going to hit skip. And there is the screen right now for the photo feature, and this is the screen for the record feature. So you can actually launch this thing a couple different ways. You can actually, if you hit the launch button, you have the ability, if you go into settings, to do a hand launch where you start it up, the props will start spinning, and then you can throw it. I'm looking at the B camera. You can throw it and it'll catch itself and fly in the air. You can do a hand launch and then you can do a hand catch. I'm going to try to do, well, not a hand launch. You can do a automatic launch and a hand catch. I'm going to try to do a launch up this table. It might actually just bounce off of the freaking light above me. Let's bring it up a little bit further, closer here. Alright, so right now it's in like record mode, so I got a decent amount of lighting, and this thing is not actually that loud. I don't know how it sounds with a shotgun mic, but it's not that loud. See a little pirouette right here, bring it down a little bit more. It doesn't really pirouette like on a center axis. It's actually like pirouetting around the camera, which is interesting. But it's still holding its place, it's still holding itself in its position. I'm blowing everything off the table. Even my handkerchief is going to go flying. I just blew my memory cards off the table. They're on the floor somewhere. It says positioning unavailable. Land as soon as possible. So it actually is saying that because I don't have any lights on in my apartment right now, the vision positioning is struggling. So I'm going to bring it back into the lights. And it's giving me these little error messages, so if you can probably see that on the screen. Let's get that to focus real quick. Telling me my vision and positioning is struggling right now because the lighting behind the lamps is a little bit low. But while I have it in the air, and it, like I said, it's relatively stable, it's just drifting around a little bit. Alright. And like I said, it's very easy to control. Brakes are a little bit, I got it in fast mode right now, by the way. It's got slow motion, fast mode. Alright, let's bring her in for a landing. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to do a hand landing. So if I go into landing, I want to select hand landing. I'm going to hit that. And then I don't know what this thing is. It's some confirm thing. I'm going to put my hand underneath of it. It says 5 seconds. So I guess you got 5 seconds to do a hand landing. There you go. Alright, so I got an error there. I'm not sure what that error was. It popped up for a second there. It may be an error because I was covering the bottom sensors. It says error 21. Not sure what those error messages are, but I will actually get into and look them up. So let's go into the settings real quick, and I'll show you some of the settings that this thing has. Again, I'll try to get that to focus. Okay. So this is the settings. You got your flight mode. You got slow and fast. I was actually on slow. I thought I was on fast. So you got slow and fast. You got your VR mode, which is going to give you the dual screens if you want to put that into a set of VR goggles. I'm going to close out of that. Go into settings one more time. You've got Bluetooth joystick setup, which I don't have a Bluetooth joystick right now. So I'm going to go out of that. You got your Wi-Fi settings where you're able to put in your Wi-Fi password if you want to, set a specific Wi-Fi password. And then you have your package or your aircraft settings suite here where you have your beginner's guide. I guess that's where it showed you how to kind of like fly the drone. You can do like your DJI where you can set up metric or imperial. Photo quality, I have it on normal, so I should have put that on high, by the way. You got a battery warning indicator, so it tells you right now I got that all the way down to 10%. You've got attitude angle range, so that's I guess that's as far forward as it will tilt when you're flying. So I guess if you're a novice flyer, you can lower that. Less angle means it doesn't take off as fast from you. You got exposure compensation, and then you have a bit rate, which allows you to change it from 1 megabit to up to 4 megabits. I'm assuming that is your recording bit rate. Okay, so I got another menu here. What I have in this one is the IMU status, which tells me that I can calibrate it. Center of gravity calibration, not sure what that is, but we'll have to check that one out. And you have the firmware update. Okay, what else do we have? We have Ryze support, app version, I guess firmware version on the drone, and that is it. Okay, so we're back in, and let's go back into the settings one more time. I want to go back into this, and I want to see how we do a calibration on this. So if we do a calibration, just do calibrate, calibrate the gyro, calibrating, please wait. Okay, so I got the prop guards on, which means that I got to take them off to actually do calibration on that. So let's give it a shot since we haven't, taken the prop guards off. Let's see if they come off easy. Are they easy to get off? Oh, they go flying. Some clips on there. Alright, so prop guards are off, and it wants me to turn it to me on the side like that. Okay, so now I'm going to put it on its side like this. Okay, now I'm going to put it on its nose like this. Okay, I think now I got to put it on its butt like this. Now I got to put it on its propellers like that. And it says IMU calibrated. Restart the aircraft. So I'm going to flip it right side up, turn it off, and then if I wanted to, I would turn this back on. I am thoroughly impressed by the Tello. I have never really been impressed by the inexpensive sort of camera drones because you always get the promise of high quality video without actually getting high quality video. But with the Tello for $99, you're getting something that you can actually grow with. You can actually get it out of the box and do some of the simple drone, flight modes like orbit and droney And then you can do stuff like play with it with like Scratch. So if you have a kid that's like into science and tech, they're probably going to be able to take this thing quicker than I am, grab the Scratch software and get this thing doing some crazy amazing things, which I actually, like I said, I will try to download and see what I can do with it. So that is you know, a quick overview of the DJI Tello. I'm very impressed with it for $99. I'm not sure what the extra batteries will cost, but I like it. So give me a couple of days and I'll get this thing outside once the wind calms down, and we'll see what it actually can do outside. So hey, thanks for watching, thanks for supporting the channel. I will get back to you soon. Talk to you later.